gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control before I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man, enemies trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretend to be with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. When these seeds planted, grow my entities, been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, splendidly. Focus on me and the things God getting me.
Muted.
See, I forgot to take myself off of mute. I see you bobbing over there. That fire, right?
Dude, it was fire. You have a better opening. It's a better opening than the show. We just let you do openings, man. Just let you do all of it.
You ever there's this guy, he does step to the mic. I don't know if you ever seen his videos.
No.
Where he's standing out there and he has a little part and he's like, hey, come step to the mic. Someone comes to the mic and they do one of his tracks, and that was one of it. His name is Michael Manelli. Very, very good. I like this. I like this.
Fire. I mean, that was real fire. I was like, man, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Fact.
Let's do it.
Gets you hyped because we are here to talk about From, bro. And we've been waiting for a long time for something, and we finally got some information. But first off, Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yo, 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. I'm on live, was it Mondays and Thursdays and Saturday nights? But this man to my right, I'm with him, Nzo, every Saturday morning on the Rewind. It is fire. We're doing great things, so I cannot wait to do that with you guys, talk about all the information, but this From is special. So we're going to do this as a special one.
100%, guys. And like I said, we are here to talk about some of the information that happened in, or the information that we got about the season. And we're going to break down the trailer. You know how we always break down the From show? We're going to do the exact same thing with the trailer. But first, I wanted to bring this up here because this is kind of giving us a little bit of information on season 4. And it says, From returns for season 4 in 2026 as its darkest, most intense chapter yet. Streaming on MGM Plus, the series begins connecting long hidden mythology with doubling down on dread, despair, and moral collapse. The slow burn remains, but now feels sharper, heavier, and far more disturbing. So before I get into the rest of it, Brian, what are your thoughts on this?
It sounds like we're about to get some answers.
Yes.
That's going to be problematic because sometimes answers are worse than the questions. Sometimes you don't want to know what the answer is, and the answer is going to be nightmare fuel. I think that's what we're going to get.
I think you are correct. We are going to get some answers. I also think they're going to give us more questions, to be honest with you, right? But man, if the way the last season ended, and then what we have going on in the trailer, I think this is definitely going to be one of the strongest seasons so far. I just have that feeling.
I have questions. So I can't wait to look at the trick because I have questions about this because does Tabitha know?
Exactly. And not only with Tabitha knowing, right? You see that part with Victor. And anyways, we're gonna get into it because there's a lot where I'm like, ooh, something's going down. And
there's
then
little things you could break down just from the beginning. I was like, this is so fire.
100%. And then the last line, which we're gonna get into, I was like, oh, Man in Yellow is going to be causing some ish tonight, boy.
Boy, I almost said something right there, but did you see some of the
Hey,
stuff?
LDG.
Man, this is about to be crazy.
Crazy season. Thank you for popping in, LDG. Much appreciated. He says, Harold Parnu delivers his strongest performance yet as Boyd, a leader cracking under unbearable pressure. Every decision costs lives and every mistake leaves scars. The season forces him to confront whether survival is worth becoming something darker. His quiet breakdown feels as powerful as any moment of violence.
Bro.
So,
it's like a problem.
Just by that, he's going to be under some stress in this season because we've seen it starting to happen last season. So this season, he is going to be under it because now you have a new threat, right? One that can walk in the day.
But there's some other things that we saw in this trailer that are going to be problematic because not just things that are happening, things that could walk in the day, but other things that are happening that I looked at. I was like, "Did y'all see this? Did that
Ex-
thing just grab what?"
Facts, 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 facts. The story pushes deeper into the town's origin cycle, memory, and the true nature of the creatures. Answers finally arrive, but they are fragmented and terrifying. Truth is revealed through trauma, visions, and consequences instead of easy explanations. Even better, I don't want nothing easy, right? This show has always been one of those shows where we're breaking it down, we're theorizing, and we're wondering what's going on. So I don't want easy explanations. I want to be able to use my brain and be like, oh, what are they trying to tell us here? What's going on? Yeah, man.
Dude, I'm just worried because I'm telling you, when we get to the trailer, I'll explain myself a little bit more. But as I look at it, I'm like, man, this is going to be nuts. I am so Harold is such a great actor. He's been
Agreed.
carrying it, but if we have a breakdown, mental breakdown of him, he's our eyes. So if he
Mm-hmm.
breaks down, what are we supposed to do? This is going to
Facts.
be crazy. All these
Facts.
answers that we're going to get, I don't know if we're ready.
Facts. And we got to remember, right? We don't know how Jim's death is going to affect people in the town. It's going to affect Boyd. It's going to affect Tabitha, of course. It's going to affect a lot of people. So, ooh,
Man,
Daryl Seymour said from season 4, let's go. Said we got massive answers in season 3. We did, but we got a lot of questions as well, too. Let's not remember, right? There's still a lot of things that we don't know about. And I think me and Brian, if you go back to watch a lot of our, and I wanted to do a breakdown where I got all of our theories down there. It's just way too much videos to do
yeah,
so.
a lot of
But
videos we love from.
but we have some amazing theories that I think possibly that we could have going through, like your Garden of Eden thing, and at the end of it being Ellis and Fatima staying in there to protect the
Just like
town
the
and
pictures.
everything.
Oh my god.
Yes,
No.
yes, yes. So
Yeah.
we got so much stuff that we were discussing and trying to break down. Said with powerful work from Katiana San Diego, Marina, Ellen Bailey, and David all play. The season feels cruel and unforgettable. Nothing feels safe anymore, not even hope itself. Sources, MJ reviews. Okay, so yeah, like how can it be safe, right?
Dude, I feel so bad for Ethan. I mean, and think about the
Facts.
boy in white. There's so much. Sarah seems like to be the only one who's insane, yet does everything that everyone's watching us is saying you should be doing. Man, I am. What the hell's Julie?
Facts.
Is she a dream walker? What is she? So like, there's gonna be so many answers that we're gonna start getting, but then understanding when we start understanding the foundation of what this place is, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to really just shake everything we thought we knew.
Agreed, 100%. Said looks like Tabitha goes to her house to look for Jim, and then she is crying as she is about to tell Victor that she is his mom, and that's why Victor is acting the way he is in the teaser. Ooh, that's a good question. That's good.
But why is why is she focusing on that? She's crying, but I don't think she knows about Jim. I think she's crying because she's talking to Victor. I don't think she
Mm-hmm.
knows about Jim. And I think that this whole Jim thing is going to throw a huge monkey wrench into all of this.
Agreed, 100%. Tabitha and Jade have a daughter who is sorry, that Anoki girl crazy stuff.
Yep.
Tabitha and Jade. Oh yeah,
Who is, yeah,
100%.
who is the
Yeah.
Noki? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, right? So we're going to have to deal, and that's why I think when it says trauma, because of all the trauma we're going to have to deal with, the Tabitha and Jade stuff, the Jim stuff, you know what I
I
mean?
still think Jim is going to be Jade is a problem.
Yeah.
I, I really believe that we're going to look at and Jade not dealing with a lot of his demons. He's been the problem in a lot of these times. A lot of these problems that are
Mhm.
come up have all been him, and we're gonna
Mhm.
start to find that out. So the people that we think are heroes or the people that are saving people are going to be problematic in themselves. That's going to be crazy.
100%, because I think we said this too, that Jade is probably going to go down the same path that Charles
Yeah,
yeah, did, right? He's gonna go down the same path. So I always say that what we're watching here is just we're watching like one of the reincarnations, right?
Hmm.
Something that's happened over and over again. We just happen to catch it at this moment in time in this one. And then there's a theory that it's not going to actually end in a good way, too, right? Where it's not going
It's
to
just
end
going
in
to happen the same thing over. And what if
another
they go
circle.
back in the
Yes.
loop? That's where the
Yes.
way it ends. That would be
Yes.
terrible.
Yes, I agree 100%. So Tabitha was hiding her kids
It's
from
a
Jade
Christopher.
in the previous Christopher. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
Christopher.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tabitha was hiding the kids because Jade, I believe, wanted to go through with it, and Tabitha was probably having little issues with it,
Mhm.
Miranda, Tabitha. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Let's get into the trailer. We'll break it down and we'll see what we see and we'll see if we can get any clues because I know Brian already has some. So
I guess,
let's do
yeah,
this.
boy, let's go.
Tell me whenever you want to pause it. Jade might try to sacrifice Ethan to
A
get his daughter back. Something like
100% is.
uh,
That's exactly where I agree.
agreed, 100%.
Mom,
See,
Mm-hmm.
right here, you know what I mean? She said, "Mom," and then
But
you
she's
see
about to
Tabitha.
tell her the truth of what actually happened.
Yes, yes,
If we push too hard, something will push back.
Who these new people? Right there. Did you see? Did you
yes.
see? Are we getting zombies in this mother?
Ooh,
Are we getting zombies?
ooh, yeah. Somebody's coming out of the ground there. Huh.
So
Okay.
we have all the things that come
Oh
out at
shit.
night. We have all that, but now we got things coming back alive, things that are dead coming back.
That's
Bro,
crazy. That
that's
is
I'm
crazy.
like, but if I get
And
zombies, if this coming another, so now you can't hide at all.
hmm And we still have to worry about Smiley coming back,
Oh,
right?
I like what I like what Daryl's saying. He said, I don't think it's a zombie. I think it's like the ballerina, the entity like that, coming and grabbing.
Ooh, I like that too. I like that too. Because I'm with you. I don't think it's zombies, but definitely something coming back to life. Right? Now, you gotta ask yourself, if it comes back to life, does that have to do with the man in
Yellow.
yellow?
Is he
Yes.
bringing back these entities, all the ones that they thought they killed before?
Uh-huh. And then, right? It kind of looks like a woman's arm too, right?
Does
We still haven't talked about what worse is out there in the forest yet,
Can I
bro.
ask you guys? What if that's Abby's hand?
Ooh, yeah, that would be interesting, bro. Because I think Jade is gonna come back. Not Jade. Jim is gonna come back in some sort of way as like like Father Khatri, where it's a vision to him. I think Jim is gonna have a kind of role like that too. You're right. What if that is Abby?
Because once again, so we're losing, and this is what these shows like this do. They break up one family unit, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
they bring another one that's going to be problematic back. So what if now we have multiple people that have to deal with that? What happens if it's Abby? Abby comes back. They don't know if she's a zombie. How is she coming back? What is going on? Who's going to deal with this stuff?
Facts. Said Boyd looks like he's at Abby's grave. Yeah,
Exactly. So that's
yeah.
what I looked at that and I'm like, man, what if that is Abby?
And that makes sense when you go back and read the synopsis about all the trauma that we're supposed to get in this season. So, what would be one of the things that would give Boyd extreme trauma? Abby coming back.
What
And
if
what if she comes back?
How's Ellis deal with that?
Facts. What if she comes back as one of the night creatures?
Oh my God.
You know
How
what
is
I'm saying? Oh,
that's problematic for Boyd, but what if what how does Ellis deal with it? What's Fatima do? What does the town do about Fatima? Like, what are we gonna do about so many
facts.
people? I don't know. It is crazy. But the fact that he seems like he's there and all of a sudden he grabbed our arm, man.
Cause we still got the baby shit that we have to deal with, right? Like, and Pete, they don't know it's Smiley, but they knew she was pregnant with something, and all of a sudden now she don't have a baby, and Boyd's seen it, so Boyd's gonna be like, yo, that I guess that's how they come back to life. That is crazy, bro. Now, here's the question. Is the yellow and the man in yellow going to be working with the night creatures, or is he going to be against them too?
Is he the power entity that they're afraid of, and that's why they're doing what they do?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Maybe they're there to kill all the people so that they can't bring back the man in yellow. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. All
So,
she gotta say is she lost the baby. Yeah,
but then
true,
they
but
have to explain why Elgin only has one eye.
facts. And what did Boyd see when he went down there, right? And yeah, it's gonna be a real big explanation. Now I know Boyd will probably come up with some lie and be like, "Yeah, you lost a baby" or whatever, but
But
he's
how does
gonna
that
have to
now
tell
affect
somebody.
him? How does that affect him? It's more pressure. Now, the town already doesn't trust him. Acosta already
Yeah.
has a lot of people that are against him.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be so much. So when Elgin comes in with one eye, Acosta's going to be like, "What happened to you?"
Facts. Why did this happen to you? Why did they do that to you? No.
Mhm.
Now I wanted to see something because I know they show these people here. These two people could be like just background characters that we never seen, but they did focus on one character. Hold on, let's see if we can get to
It looks like they're looking at something. What is
it.
coming? What is Randall doing? That's the other question. What the hell was
Facts.
Randall?
Like it this shows a lot of scenes where everybody's looking at something.
Mhm.
So what are they looking at, right? Are they all coming out and looking at the same thing, right? Oof.
Is the dead rising? Are their loved ones coming back? Are they becoming the new monsters? Is Smiley bringing in people that they matter that died there to become their monsters for them to see?
Facts.
Are we
Facts.
wrong about how these monsters become? Maybe you have to continuously have new bodies, right? And they use
Right.
some of the dead coming back out. What if Sarah was looking at her brother?
Yeah.
What if Abby comes back? That's what I'm saying. Like all their loved ones come back as the new monsters, along with Smiley being there.
Which would kind of make sense, right? Because
That's
I
drama.
think and I remember at the first episode, there's a black one, right? A black creature, and then we never see her again. And then when we get to other episodes, they count. We see that there's like the 7 or whatever they're supposed to be, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other ones out there, right? Because we haven't seen that black one in a while. Now, of
But
course, it
they
could
could
be.
be. They could think they could take over other bodies. It could be as simple as that, and that
Mhm.
they pick up the new body, and this new body now is this ghost or whatever this entity taking over that.
Facts. Because we do have the "Hey Julie, you remember me?"
Yep.
Right? We still have that we got to get to as well. Said Elgin having one eye needs explanation for sure. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. One eye broke up his hand. You know what I mean? I think Acosta's gonna blackmail him,
Him. Yeah.
blackmail Boyd. Ooh, interesting.
It's to say,
Uh,
I'm going to I want to run this town, but then she runs into the ground, and all these new entities are coming back, and she's not equipped to do these things.
Mm-hmm. So they won't become the new monsters. Those monsters have been there since the beginning. They have.
But the man in yellow is new, and that's why I think that we think we have an idea of what's going to happen. But the man in yellow, I feel like, is going to change the rules.
Change things. Absolutely. 100%. Let me see if I can find
Mama.
What's the cost of all
If we
these?
push too hard, something will push back.
there. Right there.
Who is she?
So
Yeah.
that's a new character. So I think, and if I'm not mistaken, but I think at the beginning of every season there's a new people that come in. So she might be part of the new crew,
Mhm.
right? Which, okay, then who is she? Is she something important? Because they're focusing on her, right? They're not focusing like I remember in the trailer for season 2, they focus on all the people coming in the bus, all right? They showed the bus, they didn't show everybody, they showed that a bus was coming. Now they're just showing this one new person here. So is she actually going to be something important
Do
going
they
through?
trust her? Can they not trust her because of who she is, or they don't trust because they think that she's part of the entity, that she's a mole? That's what every time we have new people, we always think this person could be a mole, and they always been not being a mole.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they bait and switch us now. This time they say, "Oh yeah, we gave you a new person. And we don't think it's a mole," and she becomes the mole.
Absolutely. Said the black female monster most likely comes back later. The monster who spoke to Julie finally came back in season 3 finale. Yeah, but we're gonna find out why that monster actually knows who Julie is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to give some sort of explanation of that, and that comes to what we've talked about many times with her doing her story walking, right? We believe that she goes back in time, and that's probably where she meets them because Brian made a good point. He made a good point, and I always remember this theory that he had, where it was like someone was singing those kids a melody, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was Julie?
It
What
was
if it wasn't
July.
the mom or the father? It was Julie that went back and was the one that was trying to comfort these kids, and maybe even gave them the idea for the tree root, right?
So I even think about it. What if what if Tabitha tells Julie, these were all my kids. Technically, so Julie sees them as almost like they're her sisters or brothers,
Mm-hmm.
her siblings, and that's why she goes back to save these kids or to give them comfort and try to save them. But you can't change the past. But that's why she gets
Exactly.
lost in all these things and in
Ex-
all these past pages and stuff.
Exactly. Because it makes sense when you go back to what happened with Boyd, right? Where she taught him the rope,
Mm-hmm.
even though when Boyd, it's like it always happened. So
Mm-hmm.
even though this went in the past, always happened, there's a possibility that she's the one that went back in path because she was the one that went
Here's
back
the
in the
boy.
past and helped Boyd, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he said, I doubt there's a mole. Yeah, I don't think there's a mole either.
What it is it breeds mistrust or distrust from
Mm-hmm.
everyone. So all it does is kind of make you think that there's someone that you can't trust. And if you can't trust, remember, we always kept on saying, why don't they go to a town meeting and just tell everything you know?
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
breeds
yeah.
trust that you don't have that, right? So now you're not sharing any information. You're keeping things separate all the time. This is just, I think this is part of a big system that has been going around for hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And what they have to do is they have to break the cycle. Now, the
Mhm.
question is, do they break the cycle during this cycle, or are we just going to see what happens during a cycle and then it starts over again with Ethan coming out of there instead of like it was Victor, you know?
I just think that I don't want to bury the lead. I still think Ethan and Julie are the difference.
I agree. I
I
agree.
think
100%. I believe Julie will eventually change the story because in the first episode, Julie tells a story to Ethan and kills Norman. And then in episode 2, she changes the story and Norman lives. She did do that. And
Mhm.
I also questioned whether you could change the story or not. And we did say that maybe Julie does something to change the story, right? Maybe she does something to stop her father from dying, right?
That
So
would be interesting if Jim could come back somehow. Even though I didn't haven't heard about Jim, but that'd be something you keep under wraps.
absolutely, 100%. And that is something that if Jim is in any of these episodes, they're going to hide that. They're not going to show it to us. So that'll definitely be interesting. And just imagine Tabitha having visions of Jim. You know what I mean? Like how Boyd has visions of
Mhm.
Kotri. Imagine Tabitha having visions of Jim.
Dang, that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Or what if even Jim becomes one an entity
Mm.
in the woods. You hear his voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. I mean, but we're going to get things that are going to cause trauma.
Facts, 100%. Said then in season 1, Ethan tells Julie he can tell his own stories. Exactly. We actually did talk about that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what we said, and I don't know if you watched any of our reviews, Daryl, but I think you have. I think you've been around before. But what we said really was Victor was the original storyteller, right? But he was telling the stories with the pictures. Then Ethan came along and became the new storyteller, telling them by speaking them, you know what I mean, by saying, hey, this is a story, blah blah blah. So we think that Ethan is pretty much there to kind of take Victor's place, and like you said, he said he could tell his own story. So
Here you go. So I just wanted to read this about Jim. said, despite his brutal death in season 3 finale, where the man in yellow slits his throat, it is uncertain if Ian Bailey will appear in a smaller capacity, hallucination, past, present, or future. In season 4, some discussions suggest that the show's time-bending nature could allow for his return, or that the future storyline changes and allows him to be saved.
Ooh. See? And
you know what you don't want? You don't want hope. And that's what this allows you for a thing for it to be hope. And if you have hope and they dash it, that's how you get trauma.
Absolutely.
They talk about trauma.
And I think what's going to happen is Julie will probably find a way to fix something and then realize that she can do it. And that's why she's going back to save her father.
Who teaches her that?
I believe Eloisa coming back in season 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Someone has to teach Julie how to do it.
Yes. Yes. And I think that's what we said in one of our streams, where it was like, maybe she goes back in time, because we talked about Victor having to move all of those bodies. There's no way he did them by himself as a kid.
Or
Somebody may have, or the cars, yes. And then we had Julie learning how to drive, right? So she was learning how to drive, and then we know about how Victor had to move the cars and the bodies, and we don't believe that Victor did that by himself. He just doesn't remember Julie, right? And I think
that could be a mental block on purpose.
Right. And even though he didn't remember her, she was the first one that he kind of talked to and had a connection with. When she was in that room, he was talking about the peaches. He talked to her and was talking to her. So there was something there, right? And I believe that, again, we're going to get a lot of Julie. I think, so when Julie goes to save Jim, she says, I think this is it. Meaning she's tried to get to that spot many times. So she's going to go through the season story walking, and she meets Eloise and
someone teaches her how to do this. This is what brings her into story walking, trying to get to that same spot over and over again. Her belief is that she can do it anyway.
Yes.
Where does she get? And then she finally gets there, and she doesn't get Jim that time. What if she does the next time?
Exactly. And he said the Matthews, this is what I've been saying, the Matthew family's heavy parallel Victor's family in the writing. Chances are that Eloise has been story walking. Exactly. It's not that she's dead. She's probably lost somewhere and can't get back to this time. And Julie is probably going to help her, right? So
I like it. I like that theory.
So we had a lot of them kind of theories going on, man. And listen, we're going to be breaking down these episodes when they start, one by one, scene by scene, like we did in every other season. So make sure to check that out. Let's get to it.
What happens next is my favorite part.
Now that's the shit.
So, but look at this. But look at it. Right now, Julie, when her hair was long again.
Yes.
Just saying. Yes. That's back Julie from not from the time when she sees Jim.
That's present day Julie.
Yes. How are they going to explain this ish? This is going to be nuts.
Absolutely. 100%. It said, the writers had Julie say that she could try to save Thomas. This makes me think that she will try to save Thomas, and then she will be the reason why Thomas dies. We said that too.
We said that she's the calling. Yes. She's the reason she had to make the call. That's what tears their back.
Yes.
That's what kills Thomas. 100%.
Yes. Daryl, we on the same page, brother. 100%. Said, man in yellow seems like he's talking to future Julie after he just killed her dad. Oh, that's interesting. Let me see. Yeah. I could see that. Because it looks like it's the same setting.
What happens next is my favorite part.
And he said, hey, I'm not going to allow you to do anything. I'm not going to allow you to change it.
Oh, man. What happens next is my favorite part. I can't wait to see what happens next. You know what I mean? Because he's going to come in here and he is going. So we've always had this. They were safe during the day. They're not safe during the day anymore with this guy walking around. So now we have to know, is he
I don't know if he
limited?
can live. I don't think he can leave the woods, but we'll find out that first episode.
Yes, 100%. And then if he can leave the woods, or do the talisman work on him? Or is it the totems? Remember those totem poles that they had found out? Maybe they have to get there, and like the whole town is gonna have to move to that little spot because he can't get in there, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see where this goes with this man in yellow, but he's going to change a lot of things. A lot.
Man, that's a fire trailer.
I love it.
Why gotta be so long? April 19th is a long ass time to me, man.
I know, bro. I know. And I'm like, listen, MGM Plus, give us some screeners, bro. Let us watch it. You know what I mean? Trust
I
me.
will talk it up every day. I don't have to worry about anything else. Just let me talk about it. I'm not worried about it.
Facts. Listen, I know there's a lot of From fans out there, but man, there's not many that are bigger than me and Brian right now. You know
We've
what I
watched
mean?
it 15 times. We've watched
Facts.
every episode 15 times. Like, come on, we've broken it down for years. Come on, let's go. Give
I've
me a
had Brian sent me the box set, and it's sitting over there, bro. And I'm like, yes, you know what I mean? If anything happens where I can never watch From online again, I got the box set, so I can watch all these episodes again. Like for me, this is my loss right now. This show is my loss. You know what I mean? So any little tidbit, any little thing I can get from this series, like hints like this, I'm down for it. I don't want no spoilers, but I definitely want to see a trailer.
real trailer. Yeah, I'm ready.
Absolutely. Said I'll be watching Survivor 50 until From. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's going to be coming in April. It's going to be a long time coming in. But man, I think, you know what? I think I'm going to, maybe we'll do a little something in between, not every week or something, but we'll do something just to refresh. You know what I mean? Maybe
We should go back through
videos.
season 3 again. This is when we should be going back season 3, starting by the end of February, going through March and into April. That gives us 6 weeks. We can go through episode 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, 7 and 8,
down.
and then getting it
I'm
right to April 19th. We'll all be ready.
I'm down. Said not that long to go. Full trailer coming soon. Yeah. And I think that full trailer is going to break the internet. At least for me it is, because I'm excited for that one, bro. Oh man. Because I think it's gonna give us just enough to keep us interested, like, oh my God, can't wait. But let us know
No
that
idea
you
what the
guys
hell's
have
going
no
on.
idea what you're waiting for. No idea what you guys are in for, man. And we didn't even talk about knowledge comes
Yeah.
at a cost.
Yep. What's the cost?
Exactly.
What trauma do you get for knowledge? How much do you want to know? What if the man in yellow walks right into town and says, I'll tell you whatever you want, but it comes at
Facts.
a cost? You must give me one of
100%.
them. One of them. You must give up one of your people right now for the knowledge that you want.
100%. Says this teaser has already broke me. I'm right there with you. Teaser is getting so much views on Instagram, and I hope it does, because I've said this many times. I think this is one of the best shows on TV. There's a few really good shows on this, but this is one of the best. And I want to see it get to its end, right? I don't want them to be like, okay, season 4, the ratings aren't good, so we're going to cancel it. And then we never get to see the end of this series. No, I can't do
Don't
that.
even say that. Don't even speak that into existence.
Listen, I want to speak 6, 7 seasons. I want more seasons, right? Because I know if they announce like, oh, season 5 is the final season, I'm going to be like, ugh.
I know you love Lost, but I don't want it to turn into something where the
I don't
story
want it
takes
to.
long.
I don't want it to do that either. And I think the reason why this won't, because remember, Lost was like 22 episodes a season. You know what I mean? So you're
Yeah.
going to have those where it's like, okay, we're dragging it out a little bit too long. But with something that's like 8 seasons or 8 episodes, I think it could go 6, maybe 7, right? Because it's only 8 episodes. You know, you could do season 5, season 6, and then 7 and 8 as the final, like they
Not
kind
if
of did
you
with
have all
Stranger
these
Things.
answers coming in right now. You
Well,
can't do
that's
that with
true.
so much. All these answers
That's
coming
true.
out for season 4. Season 5 is probably where we stop. That's
No,
probably the end of the line.
I agree with you, but don't put that on the universe either, bro. Don't do that either. I don't want to hear that either. No. Because that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? That's gonna hurt when it ends.
It's gonna
But
hurt no matter what for us.
I agreed.
We're like the Truman
But
Show. What I want to do now?
I also think that this show is not going to drop the ball with the ending. I think we are going to get something epic coming in, and it's when we talked about this too, because they say that they already know how it's going to end. Obviously, things have changed along the lines, of course, and that's normal, right? As long as you know where you want to end up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Right. We already seen what happens with some of these shows where they don't know how they're gonna end up. And I'm watching this stuff on Stranger Things, and they're like, they didn't even have the ending written when they were doing it.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
okay with Stranger Things. I have no problem with Stranger
no, I love the ending. I
Things.
did, but I'm just saying I don't want them to be winging it on the last couple of episodes of the season. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, we got, you know. So I want them to do that.
You see, Daryl saying Harold thinks it could be 6 seasons.
The actor who plays Boyd on the show said could have 6 seasons. I'm good with 6. I am good with 6. You know what? And you could do 5 and 6 as the like, you
I'll do
know.
5 in the movie. Give me 5 in a big epic
Oh, I would like a
movie.
movie. But imagine this show's end in a way where we won't have like a season 7, but you could have like a continuation years down the line with different people, something like that. You know what I mean? It's just if they plan to do something like that, you got to be very careful about all the secrets that you're gonna let
Exactly. I
loose.
just
You
don't
know?
want you to outstand. You're welcome. I don't want people to get too confused and not want to watch anymore.
Yeah.
I want it to end up on top. Whatever it is, I want it to be the top. So if it's
I'm
5
right
or
there.
6 seasons, I just want it to be one of the best shows ever created. One of the best mystery box shows that we've ever seen.
I'm right there with you. Same here. This is my favorite ongoing show on TV. I've been watching the show since the airing of the first season. The show currently has the most hype it's ever had. Heard this is MGM's most popular show.
Has to be
Good.
most popular show.
Good. You know what I mean? And I'm right there with you because one of our YouTube buddies was like, "Yo, you guys got to watch From. You
Oh
guys got
yeah.
to watch From." Cuz I would like so certain things like Paradise. When I seen the poster for that, I
Like,
got
that's
nothing I
gonna
want
be
to watch.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I seen the poster for From, and I'm just like, whatever. And then he was like, "Gotta watch it, gotta watch it, gotta watch it." And then I watched it, and then I realized it was from the creators of Lost, and I was like, "Oh, I see why you're telling me to watch it. This shit is fire." All right. We still ain't know about the guy, the Martin guy. We still got to get
Yep.
information on that too.
Yep.
So there's so much things we still got to learn. And I don't think that we're going to get everything in this season. So if it goes 6 seasons, I'm absolutely fine with that. 2 more seasons, I could deal with that. John Griffin got his first idea for the show back in 2021 after a 9/11.
Wow.
Just as the actor who plays Kenny said, this show has been 20 years in the making. Absolutely. John Griffin spent close to an hour on the phone explaining to Jack Bender what is going on in From. Yeah, and then
he's like, I don't get it.
and then I heard like they had a meeting, like
Yep.
went to dinner, and then it was just started to flow and everything. They had their idea what they were going to do and stuff like that. So for me, I always say as long as you know where you want to start and you know where you want to end, what you do in between is fine as long as you get to the ending you want to get to.
As long as it makes sense in
Yes.
writing shows. If you write
Yes.
TV shows, you know there's certain things you have to do. As long as it makes sense in that aspect, I'm for it.
Absolutely, 100%. And so far, everything in this show has made sense to me, right? Like it makes sense. Certain things that are happening there, and I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. So I love what they're doing with it, and I personally cannot wait for season 4. John Griffin created From and all of its mysteries, answers. He has
There's
nothing.
to do with Lost.
No, but the 2 showrunners do though.
Yeah, the two showrunners of Lost came and it worked.
Yeah, and worked with him on this. I love Lost, but Lost was making up mysteries and answers as they went along. The reason why is because the networks wanted
kept on
them to
saying
keep it
going
going.
further and further, and that's
Yeah,
what I don't want. I don't want the story to supposed to be 5 seasons, and you stretch it out to 7, and then you say, "No, the last 2." I'm like, come on, don't just make things up. I want you to have the natural progression, and I want to love it.
agreed.
I want to end with loving it.
Agreed, 100%. That was the reason with Lost, because they kept trying to get them to do more seasons, more seasons. And like I said, it wasn't 8 seasons, 16, it's 22, it's 20 episodes, right? So you got to have, that's why Lost has a lot of filler episodes, like a
100%.
lot of filler episodes in there, because it got to the point where it was like, okay, what are we going to do now? We got to keep it going. So we got to
Everything's
extend
to
these
be continued
storylines.
to next week. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. We got to extend these storylines and stuff like that. So I'm right there with you. I don't want that to happen to to From. I want them to go out with a bang. So personally, for me, I know there are a few people who said, I think they said season 2 wasn't that great, but I've loved every season of it. You know what I mean?
Of Lost,
Yeah. Sorry, From.
season 2 was fire. Season 3 was fire.
Agreed.
Season 4 is going to be fire. I'm ready. From is great. It's from the manna of heaven. It gives me so much joy. That's what I want. I want it. I just want more.
Absolutely. And guys, because From, Severance, and Silo. These 3 shows are coming back, and we break down all of them. 2 of them are on his channel, and From is on my channel. So make sure you guys stick around for that, because those are the 3 best shows out right now. There's no doubt about it. Those are the 3 best shows right now. I know a lot of people like Pluribus and all of that stuff, but
Those come and go, but I think these other
yeah.
ones have solid bases, and they are going to continue to go.
Absolutely, 100%. Jeff Pinker and Jack Baker work on Lost, but they weren't in charge of Lost. Jeff Pinker wrote episodes of Lost, and Jack Bender directed episodes of Lost. They had nothing to do with coming up with the mystery of the answers.
But they also come up with, they help run. They were part of Lost, and then they helped run From. So that's why it feels like it's they're both mystery box shows.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
both in that same type of vein that you don't know what's going on from week to week. I think this is actually good for it. But yeah, no, I'm still in love with From, and I want more From, and I can't wait for this season.
Season 2 is my favorite so far. I'm right there. Said all season of From for me, 10 out of 10. Absolutely. I watched Severance and Silo, but From is on another level. I agree. He said Pluribus. Okay. So here's what I wanted to say to you, because you're right? But this show feels like Lost. And if you really compare, because I've done the comparisons, right? You have Jacob and the smoke monster. In this, you have the boy in white, you have the man in yellow, right? Both things had like a mystery where one was an island, one is a town. You know what I mean? You have things in the town that are killing people, you have visions and stuff like that. So I know I
We have
watched
the same producers. He's talking about Pinker and Bender. They're the same producers, so that's why I think you get that same feeling. You still have the drama. It's a spiritual connection to it. Like it feels like it's almost a successor of it. And it makes sense.
And I said this earlier. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit ends and there is some sort of connection to Lost. I don't know what it would be,
It better
but
not be.
if it had some connection to Lost, it wouldn't surprise me. I hope it doesn't either, but it wouldn't surprise me, right? If there was some sort of connection to Lost in there. But it's just the similarities between the 2 shows are extremely jarring. Yeah, undoubtedly. You know what I mean? So you could tell that, they both worked on each one. But anything else, Brian?
No, man, this is gonna be a fire trail. I can't wait to break down season 3 again, get us all caught up mentally, so we're ready for season 4.
Absolutely. We'll figure out a date where we can start it up so that we have the last episode right up until the episode drops. And of course, guys, there will be the watch party. There is no doubt there will be the watch party. To be honest with you, because I know I get it the day earlier than everybody else. I just think it's Saturday. I think I get on Saturday, right? I was about to put the thumbnail up and everything up for April 19th or 18th. You know what I mean? For the watch party. Yeah, 100%. So make sure to look out for that, because we definitely going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the breakdowns, and then we got the Silo. Do you even know when Silo and Severance are coming back?
I know that Silo's already done filming. Severance doesn't start filming till May.
Oof. So he still probably got another year for 7. See, this is why I'm glad From it was only a year, right?
Mhm.
I think a lot of these shows, when you wait too long,
You lose
I for
your
I
stuff.
I forget what happened. Like,
Your
oh my god, I'm
momentum.
like,
Your momentum
yeah, and
just ends. But they were 2.5 years for the first season to second season. This is why
mhm.
From is so much better.
Agreed, agreed. Because when you wait too long between having seasons, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I forget. Sometimes I got to go back. Like I'm watching the season opener, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I stop it. I go back to one of the episodes. I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah. Now I remember. You know what I mean? So that's okay. He said, Severance coming back probably in 2027, like Purebus.
I heard about mid 2027 is where I heard that they're looking to do it, and
Wow.
From had legit reason for being late for season 3 and 4. Yeah,
Writer strike, right?
yeah. And
Yeah, writer strike.
we also had we had writer strike. We've had other issues in the country
Yeah, yeah.
that have come out
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that
Yeah,
delayed
yeah,
some stuff.
yeah, 100%. And that's why, right? There's winter in that season
Hmm.
because of the delay, right? Because
Yep.
there's usually no snow or whatever. So they had to work that into the plot because they're filming Nova Scotia, my hometown, right? So they had to work that into the plot in there. So it's going to be a lot. And at least Ethan will not be, well, maybe because kids can grow up in a year,
I was saying
but
Ethan gonna
hopefully
be 6'4".
yeah, hopefully he didn't grow too much, right? Where it's kind of jarring now. But other than that, yeah, this show is going to be great. Brian, tell the people where they could find you, sir.
On 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we will be on live Mondays, Thursday tonight. We'll be on Saturday nights. But then on Saturday mornings, we do the rewind. Me and Nzo love going through all the media, all the stuff that happens in movies, anything that comic books, anything that happens, we'll talk about it. We'll break it down, and you guys are part of the show.
Absolutely, 100%. Said writers actors strike for season 3, and they filmed when the weather was
Terrible.
terrible. So for season 4, they delayed the filming so that they could go back to normal film schedule and not film in bad weather. Yeah, 100%.
They still really finished up in the fall, and they got it out pretty quickly.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. In Nova Scotia, you got to be careful when you go in there because their winters are kind of deadly too. They said season 3 was always gonna have snow. They said they would have added fake snow if they didn't have real snow. Okay. See, I didn't know that. So that's interesting to know. But I do know that one of the reasons why is because, the writer strike and
Weather.
everything. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I, guys, I'm Big Afford Entertainment. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Much appreciated. Make sure to stay tuned for when we have, the breakdown of season 3 again. Maybe we'll do watch party for it too. We'll see.
I
You know
like
what
it.
I mean? Yeah, we can probably do a watch. You know what?
That's a
We
good
should get.
idea.
We got to do the watch party on your channel so we can get Tank involved.
Oh man, I would love it. Tank would be. Oh man, he falls in love with this show. It's all over for him.
The only problem is he's coming in at season 3 though.
Well, he wanted to get catch up. Sorry.
Yeah. But we'll definitely figure out what we're gonna do with the watch parties for sure. We'll probably do a watch party for season 3, and we could do watch party. Maybe do one episode and then break down the episode and do a week like that. You know what I mean? So that would be interesting to do. We'll see what we can do with that. But guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here and watching this with us. Like I said, make sure to sign up to the Spoiler Kings channel. They're going live tonight too, as well, in about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
2 hours because we always
In
late.
about in about 2 hours. What you guys got going on tonight? What you talking about?
We're gonna talk about. I think we had a couple TV shows to talk about. What I just watched yesterday on Amazon Prime on Prime.
I have no idea.
Yeah, what was that? We're gonna do his and hers. I know that.
Oh, yeah, his and hers was fire.
You know, we got a lot of shows. There's a new Reacher. There's a new new show that's coming out.
The Jason Momoa one. That's the one you're talking
we already
about.
did the Wrecking Crew.
Wrecking Crew. Yeah.
Yep. We have a couple of trailers that we're going to kind of go through, talk about. So I mean, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up for the night. So yeah.
Absolutely. Make sure to check that out. The description is in the description box there, so you can find their channel and go over to the Spoiler Kings. Once again, I am Big Afford Entertainment, and we will be back with another one. Peace, love, and hair grease. And he said, hold on.
Oh.
I call the ending of His and Hers before it happened. Really?
Me too. I knew. I was like, you know what?
What?
Yeah. I was like, I bet she ain't do it. I think he. I think it's the
Okay,
mother.
so hold
I
on.
said the mother.
Okay, so I think I was thinking it was her all the time, right?
Mhm.
Because especially at the end where the sister was like, "Oh, you don't know anything about her," and then I said, "If it's not her, it's the husband." I did not suspect the mom at all. I'm sorry. For me, that was like a oh shit moment. I did not expect the mom at all.
Because
At
when
all.
you have the what's her name always there, Tessa Thompson, whatever. She's always. It's obvious it wasn't her. And I said, who else could it be that would be shocking? And who's been and who had the ability to do all this stuff?
I'm glad you guys did it because listen. You know how hard it is to fake dementia, right? So the fact that she was able to pull that off, and she fooled me because I was like, yeah, okay, the woman has dementia. But the way she did it was absolutely amazing because that was the only thing left it could be. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Just for me, I just thought it was gonna be Tessa. I just thought for some reason it was gonna be Tessa in the background, or even Punisher. I thought one of those two. The mom didn't come across my mind at all. Said I was like, why did this person get so much focus? Yeah, they did
Mhm.
kind of. I also think that they
She
did
put
focus on
herself
the
in the
moment.
middle, but she put herself in the middle of all of it. So that's why the focus is on her. But it's obvious that she wasn't going to do. She wasn't the one that did it.
Yeah,
And that's why I feel like the bait and switch or they put the person right in front of you, but the other person's right there. You never notice them. The mother was right there the entire
So
time. You never noticed her.
the only thing that I called is I knew that the news anchor that she was having the beef with, I knew it was the fat girl. I just like that's because there was one friend that they weren't showing or they weren't,
Mhm.
and I said it's her. That I knew. So when they kind of did it was her doing it, they had the big fight. I was like, no, it's not her. It's Tessa. She's trying to frame them or whatever. But yeah, it ended up being the mom. But I loved the reveal of it. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. But guys, stay there to the Spoiler Kings if you want to talk more about that. 10:30 10:30
Eastern,
EST time because they got that cheap ass Central time that really nobody follows anyways. So
except everybody.
but again, thank you guys for coming and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I know that they're playing on my downfall, but I know my purpose here is bigger than me. Every time I'm lost, I find my way. Okay, I ain't never stressing. Okay, bring on all my blessings. All my blessings. Let them lead the way. All my blessings. Hey. You ready? All my blessings. Hey, yo. Gotta get out of my head, gotta get out of my bed. Gotta stop worrying about all my problems and focus on finding solutions instead. Change up the vision, been on a mission to count on my blessings instead of my bread. I've been addicted to better in every component I know I control for I'm dead. Finally figure I've been that. If I'm talking, I'm making an impact. If it's hate on the way, then I skip that. If I said it, you know that I meant that. And in fact, I won't be throwing no stones, rather be setting the tone. Oh man, I gotta get it, I'm grown, even if it's on my own. Oh man. Enemies trying to get rid of me, tendencies that'll turn kin to the enemy. Pretend to be with the team, here's my remedy. Focus on me and the things God getting me. With these seeds planted, grow my entities, been going hard. The intensity, how that work out, spinning lead, focus on